Hey friends, welcome to Mind Over Market Stories, where we learn to master the mind before we try to master the market. Be honest, when you think about your trading, do you feel that quiet tug between hope and fear? Maybe you're in the honeymoon phase, 2 wins on demo, and you swear you've cracked the code. Maybe you're in the storm, overtrading, moving stops, staring at red candles at 2 a.m. with a knot in your stomach. Or maybe you've stepped into acceptance, fewer trades, clearer rules, but the doubt still whispers, am I really making progress? Wherever you are, I want you to pause and ask the question that actually changes results. Where are you on the trading path right now? This channel isn't here to sell you magic indicators. It's here to map the journey, the rush of beginnings, the punch in the gut reality check, the quiet discipline that follows, and the steady maturity that keeps you solvent. If any of that hits a nerve, if you've felt FOMO light a fire under your mouse, if you've revenge traded just to feel in control, drop a yes in the comments. If you're brand new or still unsure where you stand, drop a no and tell me what's confusing you most. Your answer isn't a label. It's a starting point. Stay with me. Tonight, we'll name each stage, call out the traps, and give you the next one practical step so you can move forward with clarity, not adrenaline. Because when you put mind over market, you don't just trade better, you live lighter. I didn't lose my first account because I was dumb. I lost it because I didn't know where I was on the path. Most traders think they need a better indicator. What they actually need is a better mirror. So let me hold one up. As I walk you through each stage, ask yourself, without excuses, is this me? That single moment of honesty will save you more money than any setup ever will. Hook. Remember the first time price moved in your favor and you felt invincible? That wasn't mastery. That was dopamine. I downloaded the platforms, opened a demo, caught 2 clean wins, and swore I had talent. Charts looked like friendly puzzles, not predators. My feed was full of screenshots with triple-digit gains. Luxury cars and captions like, when you know, you know. I turned my chart into a Christmas tree, RSI, MACD, Bollinger Bands, Fibonacci. More lines than a subway map, and mistook the noise for knowledge. Then came the first real account. $100, $200, $300. I sent a screenshot to a friend with a smile I didn't earn yet. The very next morning, $300, $50. My analysis still made sense, but the market didn't care. It only graded my risk, not my reasons. What I didn't know, stage 1 wins are often luck in a tidy suit. You can be right and still be fragile. You can memorize candle names and still have no edge. Telltale signs you're here. You add indicators to feel safer. You size up because it worked yesterday. You believe a new secret is the missing piece. What moves you forward? Shrink size. Define 1 entry, 1 exit, 1 risk rule. Journal feelings, not just levels. The goal isn't to win. It's to observe yourself without lying. Hook. The first time I stared at the screen at 2 a.m., I wasn't studying, I was bargaining. The hot streak cooled. Stops hit. I bought tops because I felt momentum, then sold bottoms because I respected risk, only I didn't. I binged strategies, London breakouts, Asian range fades, supply-demand boxes, trap theories, mornings new method, afternoons overtrade, nights revenge trade. Sleep felt expensive. Hope felt cheap. Then I blew the first account that mattered. Not a lot of money, but the weight of it collapsed my chest. I told myself the market was rigged, that whales hunted my stops. The truth? My ego hunted my account. What I didn't know, disillusionment is not failure, it's orientation. This is where the market introduces you to your own blind spots. Overconfidence, FOMO, the need to be right, the horror of being still. Telltale signs you're here. You keep tweaking systems to avoid pain. You trade bigger to get it back now. You watch your P&L more than your plan. What moves you forward? Set a daily loss limit you will not cross. Been adding to losers forever. Trade a week at half size. If that sounds unbearable, you've found the exact medicine you need. Hook. My trading changed the day I fell in love with flat. I stopped worshipping green days and started protecting tomorrows. I wrote a plan in plain words. 1 setup, 1 time frame, 1 risk unit. If I didn't see it, I did nothing. I learned to quit on time. When I hit my daily loss cap, I pulled the plug. I treated no trade as a paid position insanity. Candle names mattered less than my state. On 3 hours of sleep, my win rate dropped 20%. On days I argued with family, I chased. On days I exercised, I waited. The chart wasn't my enemy. My impulses were. I kept a journal like a scientist. Not USD long SL here, but why did I click now? Was I calm? Did I follow the sequence? What did my body feel when price moved against me? I started to see patterns in me that repeated more reliably than any indicator. What I didn't know: acceptance isn't surrender. It's consent to play a long game. Consistency isn't sexy, but it compounds. Telltale signs you're here. You can skip a day without guilt. You can take a stop without self-hate. You can explain your edge in one paragraph. What moves you forward? Tighten feedback loops. Weekly review. Screenshot each trade. Tag the emotion. Score process over outcome. Build a pre-trade checklist. State, setup, size, stop, target, exit rules. Make boredom your new edge. Hook. The goal was never to feel nothing. It was to feel and still choose. I trade less now. Cleaner charts. Fewer indicators. Fewer opinions. I let the market come to me. My system reads like a haiku. Wait, trigger, risk, manage, close. I don't need to be the first in. I need to be the most consistent one still standing next quarter. I measure success in kept rules, not captured points. A red day that obeyed my plan is a green day for my future. A streak doesn't make me a genius, and a drawdown doesn't make me a fraud. I learned to scale risk down during sloppy mental weeks and up only after a clean process streak. I learned to stop when I'm lucky, not just when I'm wrong. I also learned to help. Not with magic formulas, but with honesty. When new traders ask, I talk about insomnia, revenge trades, the fist in your gut when you move a stop just this once. Shame loses power in the open. What I didn't know, maturity feels quieter than I imagined. It's not fireworks. It's sleeping well. Telltale signs you're here. You adjust size based on clarity, not greed. You can be flat for days without FOMO. You can articulate risk in numbers before you click. What keeps you here? Boundaries. Max trades as day, max hours on screen. Max weekly loss, off-switch rituals. Real life, walks, family books as part of the system, not a reward after. The two-click lie. My best week ever was followed by my worst day ever because I raised size just a little twice. The first click was greed. The second was denial. The market charged interest on both. The top that needed me. I shorted a level because it looked obvious. It rallied 60 points and stopped exactly where my patience should have been. The lesson: obvious levels attract obvious leverage and obvious pain. The flat day win. I took 0 trades while the room chased a breakout. I hated myself until the fake-out flushed. That night I wrote, nothing moved. I didn't either. It felt like growth. Answer with yes, no, no justifications. Add indicators when I feel scared. Size up after wins to lean in. I've traded to get even in. The last 2 weeks. I can stop for the day at my loss. Limit. I can skip a valid setup when my state is wrong. Can explain my edge to a 12-year-old. Review screenshots weekly and tag. Emotions. I adjust size based on clarity and not outcome. I can be flat for 3 days without anxiety. Kim, I know exactly why I'll exit before I enter. Learned mostly yes to 1 to 3, stage 1. To euphoria disillusionment, mostly yes to 4-7, stage 3. Acceptance, mostly yes to 8 to 10, stage 4. Maturity, write it down. Owning your stage is the first trade that pays you. Risk fixed, always. You 1R at same percent every trade, no adding to losers. Not almost never, never daily stop. Hit it, you're done, no asterisks, state gate. Tired, angry. Skip, you're not fit to risk. 1 setup. 1 time frame. Earn the right to add later. Journal truth. Track feelings and context, not just lines. Flat is a position. Missing is cheaper than mending. Tape these above your screen. Trade them for 90 days. Watch your P&L calm down. Your first edge is self-awareness. Without it, every method is a casino game you don't understand. Being early is a euphemism for being wrong but stubborn. You're not paid for predictions. You're paid for management of risk, time, attention, and identity. Euphoria and despair are both bad coaches. Hire boring, routines, reviews, rules. Stage 1, delete half your indicators. Trade microsize or sim. 1 setup, 10 screenshots day. Stage 2, hard daily loss cap. No doubling down. Trade half size for 2 weeks. Build a pre-trade checklist. Stage 3, create a weekly review ritual. Score process, not P&L. Add state tracking, sleep, mood, distractions. Stage 4, systematize recovery. Days off, walks, no screen hours. Share your process to cement discipline. Do the one thing appropriate to your stage, not 10 things. 1. You may not feel it yet, but every honest no trade today, every clean stop, every flat patient afternoon is building a version of you that sleeps better and trades longer. The market won't applaud. Your statement won't shout. But in 6 months, you'll notice you don't hate yourself after red days. That's the win that keeps you in the game. So, where are you right now on the trading path? Drop a yes if you recognized yourself in one of these stages. Drop a no if you're still unsure. And tell me the one thing that confuses you most. I'll read every comment and shape the next episodes around your answers. When you put mind over market, you don't just get better entries, you get yourself back. Here's the truth I wish someone had handed me sooner. The market doesn't measure your worth, it measures your process. The headline wins, and bloody drawdowns come and go. But the thing that stays is who you become each time you choose rules over impulse, clarity over noise, accountability over ego. If this journey taught me anything, it's that progress starts the second you name your stage without flinching. Not where you wish you were, where you are. From there, the next step becomes obvious, doable, and repeatable. My closing plea is simple. Protect the part of you that can show up tomorrow. Fix your risk before you fix your entries. Let flat as a position be more than a quote. Let it be a habit. When you're tired, trade smaller or not at all. When you're lucky, stop early. Journal the urge to click, not just the click. And when you're wrong, be wrong fast and with dignity. That's how you stay solvent long enough for skill to compound. If any of this hit a nerve, good. That means you're paying attention to the only edge that scales, self-awareness. Tell me where you are right now. Drop a yes if you recognized your stage, and drop a no if you're still unsure, and share what's foggy. Your comment isn't a confession, it's a commitment. It tells me what to build next, so you don't have to learn every lesson the expensive way. This channel exists for that exact reason. No hype, no miracle templates, in just mind over market. Checklists, risk frameworks, state management, and the emotional drills that make consistency possible on messy days. If you want more of that, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Not to chase every move, but to practice the small, boring choices that quietly change your results. We can't choose what the market writes tomorrow. We can choose the headline we write about ourselves. Showed up. Followed rules. Stayed calm. Still here. If that's the trader you're trying to become, you're in the right place, and you're not walking alone.